Hey guys, and welcome to another guide for League of Legends Season 6, and in today's guide we're going over the support role, of course, but we're going over Illaoi. Now Illaoi is a new champion to League, so not many people know how she works. I picked her up personally a couple days ago and I couldn't believe how I've never tried Illaoi support. It is an amazing support pick, it's got great carry potential, and in a 2v2 lane there's only one winner personally. So I want to go straight into it anyway. I want to look at her skills. So this is a good bit of in-depth information because nobody really knows how her skills work. And so our passive is Prophet of an Elder God. This spawns a tentacle on an impassive terrain every 20 seconds. So basically you don't even have to do anything. And the tentacles spawn all around you. So that's on the walls, in the brushes, you know, places that people can't walk through. And this is a great zoning tool. I mean, it basically puts a lot of emphasis on the enemy ADC to, you know, get rid of them. Probably focus them more than they do the CS. So at the same time they're getting rid of the tentacles because they have 2 health bar. So they can be destroyed. But again, every 20 seconds it will spawn back. And it will keep spawning. So this goes well with the rest of our kit and you'll see why. So our Q is Tentacle Smash. It has a really good passive on it. Heals for 5% of missing health if it hits a champion, and also does physical damage. So that it's got sustain and it's got damage as well, even though you're building tanky. So you can still heal a lot in lane without actually having to use any pots. Our W is Harsh Lesson. She leaps to a target and nearby tentacles also attack the target. So if you're in, say you're in the brush in the jungle and you maybe got 3 tentacles around you and you W someone, 3 of those tentacles are going to come smashing down on them and do, I think they do a little bit less damage, but 3 of them at the same time, and plus your original damage from the W, probably the Q, you probably connect that as well. That's a good chunk of health. That's probably 3/4, and you don't even have any damage items yet. In fact, you don't even have to build damage on her, and that's the greatest thing about Illaoi. So our E is Test the Spirit. Now this is really interesting, and this is where people get thrown off quite a lot. So let me talk about this. She pulls a spirit from the enemy champion for 10 seconds. 25% of the damage is then attributed to the target champion. So you can attack this spirit with your ally, and if the spirit dies or the target leaves the range, it becomes a vessel, which means that your passive for spawning tentacles then goes on to the enemy ADC or the support or whoever you've tagged, and they spawn a tentacle every 10 seconds for a minute and have their movement speed slowed by 80% for 2 seconds. Now this might not seem a lot, but if you can imagine in a team fight and someone's got away with really low health but you've E'd them, you got the spirit there, you attack the spirit, get rid of it, or they leave the range, they try and port back, it's gonna, you know, you're gonna spawn a tentacle. It could kill them. I mean, I've had it before where I think a Lee Sin came into the, to gank the lane. E'd him and got rid of his spirit. He went to do blue buff and ended up dying. So that was remarkable. So you can get kills from that. Certainly can, and it's a great tool in lane as well, because the more it levels up, the more damage that attributes to that champion, and you don't even need to be next to them. So your R is Leap of Faith. She slams her idol into the ground, dealing physical damage. Spawns a tentacle for each enemy champion hit, and for the next 8 seconds, tentacles swing 50% faster, are untargetable, and your Harsh Lesson, that's your W, has a 2-second cooldown. So you can imagine if you've already got tentacles spawned already, she spawns more on top of that for each enemy champion that's around her. So this is great for team fights. I mean, there's nothing more frightening than being in a team fight with an Illaoi and she getting her R off on everybody, gets 5 tentacles, and then she starts smashing people's heads in with them with her W just on everybody. The damage is remarkable, and I can't stress that enough. She is a really good, strong champion at the minute in this meta. So the way I would level it up, usually in lane I would start E, so that you can provide that poke damage, and you can provide the zoning as well, because you can zone them if you kill the spirit or they leave. Your tentacles then spawn and zone them away from the creeps because they're always doing damage and it risks the chance. They can also hit the support as well, it doesn't really matter. So the E, and then I'll work on Q, get W as well, and then I would work it as EQ, EQ, and then level up your R every chance you get. So max your E first, then max your Q, then max your W. And that should be the way that you should build our in lane. So for the runes, now runes are a bit iffy on her. I mean, I've experimented with a few and this is what I've came up with. So I start 9 attack damage reds, 4 armor and 5 health yellows, 9 scaling magic resist blues, 3 armor quints, and this is a really solid page for her. You don't have to worry about the magic resist at the beginning, due to the fact you've got sustain. I mean, if the mid laner is extremely fed, all you need to do is build Locket of Iron Solari and you're fine, you know. So it's not a big deal. I mean, I'll go over the build later on, but this is a really good rune page for her. I like the health, extra health is pretty good, and the extra 4 armor as well. So the masteries on her, we go 0, 12 and 18. I take Bandit on Cunning because obviously this is your little income that you've got, so 1 gold for nearby minion that is killed, or 3 gold or 10 gold when hitting an enemy champion with basic attack, 10 for melee, 3 for range, you know this. So for the resolve, we take insight for 50% off your summoners. This is key, and it should always be on supporters no matter what support you play. We also take swiftness for plus 15% tenacity and slow resist, so that she can get to her target, because she's pretty dependent on her melee damage. Although our E is pretty good for bringing enemies to you, it also really does initiate fights. And then we've got Bond of Stone. Again, I only build this on really tanky supports, but otherwise you're gonna get absolutely crushed and take too much damage. She can't do it because she has a really great sustain, and so I'll not bore you with the facts, but plus 4 damage reduction. Actually it's 4% damage reduction, 6% damage dealt to your allies dealt to you, you know this, but she can sustain that damage back, absolutely no problem. And for her build, now our build is probably worked around cooldown. I like to take cooldown on her, so I would start face to the mountain. If you don't want to build a Sightstone, go for Eye of Equinox. It's that simple. For whatever reason you don't want to build Sightstone, that's completely fine. It both works. I've tried this out and it both definitely works. So your core, face to the mountain, Eye Equinox, Sightstone, Mercury treads as well for that tenacity, plus you have your masteries on that as well, so there's nothing really going to slow you down from getting to your target. Your options for armor set magic resist are as follows: Deadman's Plate, really good item on her. Again, it gives you the speed boost and it gives you the extra damage, and the armor is really good health, yada yada. Locket of Iron Solari is a key item, magic resist on it. I mean, there's no better item in the game for magic resist personally for team. So you want to build a support, so it's really good. If you have an enemy mid laner who's pretty fed in AP, you can then offer that shield to your allies during the fight with its active. So Randuins Omen is again a really good item for armor. Again, situational. If you've got crits on the other team, you want to build that as fast as you can. Sterak's Gage is a must. I should have put that in the core, but that is a must for Illaoi. That is a really great item on her. Spirit Visage, again, it gives you the magic resist, gives you the health, gives you 10% cooldown as well, so you're building that cooldown. You should end up with about 40% cooldown on it. I mean, and it's really good. It's good for your W, it's good for your Q as well. So your options for attacking, I mean, Black Cleaver, that would probably be a selfish build. Although you can, if you're carrying already, you may as well get it. Iceborn Gauntlet, I've been building this quite often and it synergizes really well with the Illaoi. It's up to you whether you want to try it or not, but I would recommend Iceborn Gauntlet, absolutely. Also gives you that, gives you the cooldown reduction as well. So you've got a lot of items for cooldown reduction, so as long as you cap that at 40%, you should be throwing out spells every couple of seconds and doing a lot of damage on Illaoi. She's a really great champion. So that is basically it for this guide, but what I wanted to say is experiment with her. I mean, I've been playing her for a couple of days, like I said, and she's been really great. I've not had any, I think I may have had one Nightmarish game, and that was it. But the rest of them have been absolutely flawless. So thank you for watching this guide, guys. I hope it encourages you to try out the new champion Illaoi, and recommend me champions to do guides on, because I love playing support. It's very flexible and I can do anything you want. It would help me out if you like this video as well, so drop a like if you do like the information. If not, let me know why you don't and what I can do to improve. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.